Our next speaker is Gloria Linnertz with Citizens for Radioactive Radon Reduction, CR3. Gloria has devoted her life to radon awareness and education since the death of her husband Joe in 2006 from lung cancer. Gloria was highly instrumental in getting the Illinois Radon Awareness Act enacted in 2008, which passed unanimously in the Illinois House and Senate. As a result, nearly 60% of home buyers test for home at the point of sale. It's highly unusual. Minnesota has duplicated this law with similar results. CR3 Radon News and e-magazine, published by lung cancer survivor Jackie Nixon, has contributed to national and international awareness of the danger of radioactive radon gas. I'm going to just mention one other thing before I turn the podium over to you, Gloria. And, you know, I'm aware of radon, as you know, and I would like to get an awareness poll about within the lung cancer community, how many people are really aware of radon, because there's a real lack, I believe, and so appreciate what you're doing. Please come on up.
Thanks, Dusty, and thanks to all of you for being here. It's my pleasure to be here. 13 years ago, my husband was diagnosed with lung cancer. The oncologist told us that if you don't have a heart attack, if the chemo doesn't kill you, the lung cancer will. It was extremely hopeless, and we felt very helpless. But I can tell you that's not the way it is today because of these organizations, what you're doing. You're making a huge difference. When we asked the doctor what could have caused Joe's lung cancer, he said, radon. He said, we know radon is a known cause of lung cancer. He may have known it, medical community may have known it, but we didn't know it. 6 weeks after Joe's death, Joe lived 6 weeks after his diagnosis. And 1 month after his death, I saw on the Today Show, the morning news, that Dana Reeves had died, a 44-year-old non-smoker, and she was a lung cancer victim, of course, and they mentioned radon. And I thought to myself, well, that's what the doctor said, radon. So then I found out I could get a test kit. I tested. And for 18 years, we'd lived in our home with over 4 times the EPA action level of radon. So after doing 3 weeks of solid research on radon and getting my house mitigated by a licensed professional, I gathered all this information, scientific studies, and took it to my legislator, my state legislator, and I said, we have to have a law so people don't buy homes with high levels of radon. I had prayed to God for a reason to live when Joe passed, and then I knew that this was my reason to live, so that no one would buy a home with high levels of radon and experience the tragedy that we did. Previous to this, Joe had said to me, do you think we should test our house for radon? I said, oh no, this was several years previous. I said, no, our house is only 20 years old and we have a tight basement. See, I was so confident in my ignorance, as millions and millions of other people are. They don't really know what radon is, and they don't know that it can be in any kind of house, old, new, frame, brick, basement, no basement, crawl space, or slab on grade. And the tighter your home, the more likely radon is to accumulate in your home. My good friend Alice Jones of ARST, American Association of Radon Scientists and Technologists, drafted a law for me, or for us, and said, and I took that law, or that bill, to my representative, and he introduced it. He introduced it into the House, Illinois House. I testified at the Illinois House, and I testified at the Illinois Senate. That bill passed unanimously the first year. But I was continuously educating all of the Illinois legislators on the real danger of radon gas exposure, the leading environmental cause of death, cancer death, the leading cause of death in the home, and the leading cause of lung cancer in non-smokers. See, they didn't know either. The passage of that bill has made a huge difference, as Dusty said. Now, about 60% of the people are testing their homes at the point of sale. And, of course, they're mitigating if the level is high. Minnesota's copied that law, and they're seeing the same positive results as that law. So I can say that talking to your legislators, telling them about the real danger of radon and that they have the power to make a difference and to save lives. My representative, Dan writes, he said, this is one of the most important things that I've ever done in my 12 years in the legislature. And he said, I'm very proud of it. So you can make a big difference with informing not only the legislators, but the medical community. We have this booklet. There's a few there, and if you want one, I can get you one. This is a guide for health providers, just recently published. I also have out there on the table our CR3 News magazine that our lung cancer survivor, Jackie Nixon, publishes. It's tremendous. We've sent it to 8,500 doctors, and our new issue has just come off the press.